Hey guys, back with another video, and welcome to Cringe of the Month for May, where I will be talking about this movie. And I was already started off with this. If you have not seen this movie, if you've not heard of this movie, find it somewhere, buy it, watch it! I'll just start with this. This movie takes place a long time ago. Time-wise, in their world. This takes place in the Korean War, afterwise. It opens in 1954, I believe, or 58, something like that. All I know is at the end of the newspaper of a battle scene in the end, it ends in July 15, 1960, so along that time. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Why'd I throw that? Not like most movie talks, I will just be talking about, I'll just be talking about what I like about this movie, and if I have any problems with it. What this movie is about is, well, as it says in the box, Justice League. But I'll just say this. He is barely useful in this movie. He's almost useless. I'm not saying there's a guy who hates Superman. He basically does one thing that really helps the story, and that's save Hal Jordan from dying in space so he can get the ring. Other than that, he does nothing in the whole movie. But I'll say this, what I love about the movie is the art style. This drawing on the book, the cover of the box, that's amazing itself. When you look at the animation in this movie, it is time. This came out in 2008. Its animation is still beautiful to look at. Sorry. The main arch villain is not a classic DC, or maybe he is from the comic. It's called the Center, aka Dinosaur Island, who is an entity that believes, as most outer space villains believe, humanity is a disease. How shocking with that one. But this one, it's like it's an entity, so it possesses the minds of cults and that kind of crap. Also, the way you know this is a very dated movie is they keep talking about communism. Yeah. Mainly with Flash wore red. Yeah. This movie's basically also masks versus the government kind of thing. Like, it's just simple as... Think the Incredible storyline, basically, but with Justice League. Your main focus, contrary to the belief of a Justice League movie, is not Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. It's more around Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern. Three guys who, before their series, their movies, animated, not counting Ryan Reynolds, and anything, actually, this was like one of their first true rises into the limelight. This was like what I said with Stargirl a few times in my videos. Like, she was really never talked about. Now they're giving her a chance. See how that goes. But yeah, it's weird because you see, when you look at this, you're focusing mainly on Batman and Superman and probably Flash. But he barely, just like Superman, Batman does not do that much. He does a lot more than Superman. But yeah, it's mostly around Flash, Martian Manhunter, who's down here in the corner, and Lantern, who's up here. That's weird. Well, the main story centers around them, kind of, at the fight scenes. It does open up with the three classic characters, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. One thing I'd also like about this is, again, just the art style, the characters. There's not really much I hate about this movie. The only thing I hate probably is that probably after, even like a few months after its release, or even then, I don't remember that many people talking about this movie. Maybe because it does it have a rating on here? Not that I can see. This does have oh, here it is. PG-13. Yeah, it is rated PG-13, right? Down there. So yeah, this definitely isn't a movie you can just watch as a kid by yourself. This is a movie definitely where I suggest you watch with your parents, since there is a lot of death in this. This has more death than anything Justice League I can think of. This! So many people die. There's a scene with Flash where Iris, who presumably is married to Barry at this time, the place he's in Las Vegas gets attacked by Captain Cold. A musician or some kind of big singer starts running. He gets frozen. We don't see this. He gets completely encased in ice, falls over, and you just see shards of ice fall up onto the screen. They don't show it, but you gotta assume he died. There's another scene where Flash rewires Captain Cold's cold gun, and he completely freezes. And the amount of ice in him, yeah, Barry, the line, "Don't ever mess with my Iris." I don't think you have to worry since he probably froze to death. When Martian Manhunter first appeared on Earth, he killed a scientist due to fright. I'm not going to go through all this, but there is so much death in this movie. And there's a lot, as I said, there's a lot of adult language. It's not like F-bombs or anything like that. There's a lot of hell, bitch, and ass that goes around this movie. You could almost also call this like an origin movie for Green Lantern, since a lot of them it's not Hal Jordan as Green Lantern, it's Hal experiencing training to be a spaceman, going through all that, and fighting all this crap. But there's also one scene where they go into the center, which is what this entity is called, the center, who is just driven people crazy. There's back to the crazy deaths. There's one scene with a scientist who's completely terrified of this government guy. I cannot think. This is what happens to me. I literally just got done watching the movie. I still can't think of his name. Faraday. That was it. Faraday. We don't ever see what happens, but Harry, the scientist, is completely scared to death of this guy. He gets dragged off screen, and you gotta assume he got a bullet placed in his head for blabbing, man. Yeah, it's almost like it's called Justice League New Frontier, but it's almost like before the Ryan Reynolds piece of shit. This could also be clarified as a Green Lantern origin movie. There's also one character, I don't know if I'll see him in the box. Nope. Oh, wait, here he is on the box. Okay. For any real DC fan, I love DC, but not as much as like other people would. People who read the comics or know every character. Who is this dude right here? This guy with a jetpack, his red suit with white stripes. They never give him a name. I've never seen him in any other property of Justice League. Who is he, man? Who is this guy? He works with the Blackhawks, who, again, I don't know much about. They seem like the superhero vigilante version of like Marines or Army or something like that. We end the movie with this very patriotic speech or something like that. Even as a kid, even to today, I don't really pay attention to it. It is a very nice speech. I don't know who's making it, or if they just made it up for this movie, or if it actually is a presidential speech from the 60s or something like that. And anyone who actually who's mad that I'm saying Superman's useless, the dude does nothing except save Green Lantern. The one scene where he actually tries to do something, and that's recon the center. He gets ambushed by monsters, which are very creative, I'll say that. He takes him out, yes, but he gets blasted by the center. He's out for the rest of the freaking film. In the third act, he's out for the whole battle. And there's a scene where Hal Jordan and Ace Morgan, his fighter pilot partner from the war, go inside the center to take it out from the inside. I'm not lying. It happens only for a few seconds, but it looks like they gave this for like a minute to Tim Burton to draw, because the imagery and the colors, it screams Tim Burton. Of just weird and crazy, just to be weird and crazy. Overall, definitely, I can really find no problems with this movie. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm positive. Some people will find flaws with this movie if other people actually sat down, watched it, and reviewed it, not like me. But as far as I can tell, I can really see no really big flaws. Like, the animation's smooth, the characters are very well developed, especially for the ones that don't need the development. Like, we know Superman's personality, we know Wonder Woman, we know Batman. They really draw out like Flash because this is before the CW series. They draw his character out a little bit. They draw out Hal Jordan. They draw out Martian Manhunter. What's the weird part though for this movie? I do find this. He was in the final fight, Green Arrow. He never said a word solo wise. He always just cheered with this. A lot of these characters actually never make an appearance except for this one shot at the box. Supergirl says nothing. Black Canary, Speedy, Booster Gold made a cameo on the box. Shazam, Chemico, Plastic Man, Robin and Aquaman had a line. Yeah. Basically everyone on this box that's not a big name superhero had no lines whatsoever, and I can understand that. But yeah, that's weird. It's just weird that this is the scene they chose. I mean, I get it, but it's just weird. Anyway, I don't keep putting this away when I keep grabbing it. That's it for this Cringe of the Month. Truly, I really don't want to spoil this movie. It has a great fight scene. There's also a few heroes, mainly one I can think of that is not on this box. Or is he? Oh, yes, he is. There's a superhero right on Flash's little antenna thing right there. Adam, who makes the appearance, but not as Anna, but as just as his human alter ego, Ray Palmer, with his device that helps them beat this thing. Yeah, if you can find this anywhere on Amazon, eBay, if you find it somewhere in a video store, I doubt, since it's been 12 years since this was released. I'll definitely say this. Watch this, you'll instantly prefer this movie over the live-action movie. Because this was made with heart. I can't say that. I haven't seen the Justice League movie all the way through. Even though I've heard it sucks, and I can see why. Since they tried to do what Avengers did, but very fast, which was a horrible mistake. They should have... I'm not saying take as much time as Avengers did, but, 10 years spanning? But don't try to do, 3 movies of a build-up, man. But yeah, weird Cringe of the Month, but you should, as I always say, you expect weird stuff with my channel. Definitely, again, if you can find this movie anywhere, if you can find it somewhere online, I definitely would say give this movie a watch. Because it's so good. The art style is so... especially in the intro, where it's the center overshadowing this guy, this author, writing a book. The artistry inside this one scene is so... he's painting it, by the way. It's so beautifully drawn for what's essentially him saying horrible stuff about humanity, which is true. We are a horrible species of people. We see something wrong, we instantly go to beat the living shit out of each other. But yeah, if you find that movie, Justice League: The New Frontier, please give it a watch. I recommend it so highly. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Later.